Adoption and Identity. The Companion Clarity Library. Most people think adoption is a story of being chosen, but for the person living it, it often feels like holding two truths at once. Adoption is often explained in simple, comforting language. You were chosen. You were loved. This was meant to be. And while those things can be true, they are not the whole truth. For many adoptees, life begins with something they didn't have words for at the time, a separation, not a memory, not a story they can recall, but something the body and emotions quietly carry forward. From that point on, identity doesn't form in a straight line. It forms in layers. You can feel deeply loved by the family who raised you and still feel the quiet presence of a beginning you didn't fully understand. You can feel grateful and still have questions that don't go away. You can belong and still feel different. Not because something is wrong, but because your story contains more than one starting point. This is where many adoptees live between clarity and confusion, between connection and curiosity, between the life they know and the parts they don't. And what often makes it harder isn't the experience itself, it's the lack of language around it. When something is simplified too early, you learn to carry complexity silently. When certain questions feel uncomfortable to ask, you learn to hold them alone. When emotions don't match the expected story, you start to wonder if something is wrong with you. But nothing about this experience is random. The questions make sense. The feelings make sense. The patterns make sense. They are responses to a beginning that had layers, even if no one explained those layers at the time. This is what this book brings clarity to. Not by telling you what to feel, but by helping you understand why you felt the way you have. It puts words to experiences that were never fully explained. It brings structure to emotions that once felt scattered. And it helps you see that your story isn't confusing. It's simply deeper than most people realize. Because adoption isn't just about where you ended up, it's also about where you began. And understanding both is where clarity finally starts. Learn more about the book Adoption and Identity at the Companion Clarity Library.